Good morning. Still got sleep in my eyes. I bought some stuff. Got Ready Player One, and I really like the movie, of course. But I heard that they're just like details and things that were in the book that couldn't be in the movie, and they were like fun. And so I thought, why not? Um, and I thought that having seen the movie, I'm still having trouble kind of focusing at times, and I thought reading a book that I'm already familiar with might be helpful, because that's why I find that when I do read, it'll be like a cowboy book that I've read a million times, and cowboy books are as simple as can be. And I got The Maze Runner. I remember when the movie came out, which I thought was really, really good. Um, People kept saying like, "Oh, it's no like." There's a lot of people saying like it's nowhere near as good as the book. Like that, even more people. Well, maybe I was thinking like the Hobbit and Lord of the Rings and those movies. They were really good, but a few people said it's not as good as the book. It's like, well, yeah, but like Maze Runner, people are freaking out about. Um, then I had a percolator, and this one's nice. I had a percolator. I had like an old camp one, and it was like kind of aluminum, and I was always like getting banged up, and it just stopped working really good. Like it worked a little bit, and I couldn't figure out what was wrong, And I replaced like some parts to it, but like I bought another one. You get this the lovely thing where like coffee starts popping up through the glass there. Um, I now have like a million different ways to make coffee. I think what was wrong the first time was this base that goes down in wasn't doing its job for some reason. Oh, it's on a spring. That's interesting. So this seems really well made. I was up really late last night. Another thing I bought was the video game Rust, and I've watched like so many hours of people playing that game, and it's like they tend to focus on the frustration of like how hard you have to work, and someone takes it all away from you, and all the toxic behavior, and um, like so many people surround your base, and they're like shouting Nazi slogans or something like that. You're like, oh God, I don't want to like go to work and deal with angry people, and then come home and get online and go to a place where people are specifically angry. But someone said the game wouldn't be fun if it wasn't for like the zillion toxic people playing it. And I'm like, really? Like, maybe. And so I bought it and I started playing it. I was just gonna play it for a little bit. I was just gonna kind of walk around, and it's for those of you that don't know, it's a kind of like a pop up. It's a building. It's a kind of like a slightly open world building game, crafting game, kind of a dystopian apocalypse. You're looking around for supplies to build a base and get weapons to then shoot people that also getting weapons and getting supplies. So you take their supplies and you'll have more stuff. And I played till late, way too late. But I feel like it was good because I like sometimes I can't play a video game just because like I can't get my mind to focus, and I just kind of drift off. My thoughts just start heading other directions. But like this was fun. Like it really got my attention, and yeah, I ended up staying up late. So then, like, and lastly, the with like the what I'm going through right now of how I feel about like grief and depression and loss. Trying to like readjust my life without such like a central focus of who I am, and what I do every day. Now that Akila's gone, um, that it is take like I feel like it's taken me a long time, and but to recover. But it might actually like this might be like the first chapter of many. Now I might not be near the end anytime soon. And one of my coworkers said something like, he's like, people may get tired of hearing about you being sad, but like he's like, I'm never gonna get tired of hearing about being sad. So if you ever need someone to talk to, come talk to me, which I thought was really beautiful. But like that's a thing. Like I was aware that like some people are like, some people don't want you to be sad because like it's well, it's a bummer, like they don't want to be bummed out, like they're like, come on, get better, get better, get better. And they're like, and it's not like I go to work to talk about how I'm sad. Like someone say, how was the weekend? I'm like, oh, ups and downs, like, I had a bit of a setback this weekend, but still plugging away. um and then one of my coworkers forgot that Aquila had died and asked me, he's like, hey, when you get home, does Aquila do this thing? And I'm like, boy, that's the thing. That's the thing about having like, you get, when you get a job in a place, like you're pushed into this weird tribe that forms because of the business, not because you're like of like-minded people or people that are connected or people all working together towards a goal. You're working for people that, working around people that like, um, know who you are, and recognize you, and remember my dog's name. Um, but they're not really, they're not your friends, they're not your family, they're not your buddies, pal. I mean, some could be, but it's not necessarily normal or natural. Which is why I started making these videos, because these videos are for me to look back on. And um, I know like the deterioration of my spirit started happening before Aquila passed away. Because I just I obviously, like, he couldn't really leave the house for a long time, and I could just watch him struggle, and I just fell apart, watching it happen. But there is that one moment where I'm like I made a video and I'm like, this is the start of the end. And then I'll have, in years to look back on, I'll watch me struggle through and get better, and how did I do it, and how long did it last, Uh, yeah, that's gonna be important information. Important information. Just as much as like eventually I'll get to the point where like, I'll be able to enjoy the videos of Aquila running around, and the pictures that pop up on Facebook, or all mementos of him that I took down and hid, so that like someday I'll be able to pull them out and hang them up like art. Hmm. But meanwhile, gotta work, gotta read books, got to make coffee, got a plan for adventures. I'm gonna go up to in the forest this weekend with a friend, and we're going to cut down a Christmas tree. Not for me, for them, but I don't want a Christmas tree, and that should be fun. I've never done that before, um, and we'll be going into the area of the forest where I've spent a huge amount of time. So it'll be interesting going to that place and seeing it, looking for a tree. So like I'm going to a place where I'm really familiar, but I'll be looking for something that I don't normally look for. So I think I'll see it like in a new way a bit, like where trees grow, and um, the biodiversity, of like what could be a Christmas tree and that kind of thing. Man, it's gonna be a hard day. Oh, guys, should I wash this? Should I put this in the washing machine before I use it? Probably, probably.